Ivan, what's up, bro? What's going on with you?
What's up, my man? Good morning, bro. It's a blessing to be here. Thank you so much for this time.
And what you're teaching is amazing. I see you going all over teaching people about Bitcoin and different financial transactions and how you can basically use crypto to do almost anything. So, what put you on your trajectory of financial education or literacy?
I was probably 14,
Mm.
and I was living in New York City, Queens. I was born and raised there, and I was listening to rappers like Nas, Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang. A lot of people don't know this, but hip-hop was my first mentor. It inspired me to think outside the box. And then, I just started hustling at a very young age. I did my first major hustle when I was 14. And at 18, I went to a flea market booth in Orlando, Florida, specifically Sanford, Florida. And I went to go, buy New York mixtapes because I had moved from New York to Florida. To buy mixtapes at flea market booth, the guy was selling 5 mixtapes for 20, but he had a huge line of maybe 10 to 15 people waiting to buy the mixtapes, and it was a simple concept. It was stacks of CDs all across 2 big tables. I asked him the question if he would sell me mixtapes wholesale because I wanted to do this as well, and he gladly accepted to sell me wholesale. I think he already had like this wholesale business where other people were buying from him. And I just got to work. I went from barbershop to barbershop, university to university, club to club. I was all over the city. So I made some business cards. I made some magnets to put on the car. I would stop people. I was just a hustler, man. I was just out there, and from there on, I realized that profits were better than wages. I mean, I always knew that as a kid, but then I realized that you could do this in a legal way. And I started, buying other things. I started, not only buying more mixtapes, but I started buying t-shirts, sneakers, bandanas, do-rags, sunglasses, movies, waters. I mean, everything that I had a mobile store. And that eventually grew to a stand inside a barbershop, which grew to a store next to the barbershop, then a flea market booth, then another store. By the time I was 21, I had a store. I had already opened up a store in Orlando, Miami, and New York.
So that was that was basically your foundation.
That right there, man, that started it all, bro. That was my foundation. Right?
Like, how do you and I'm pro crypto. I think it's going to be here. I think it's still brand new. It's still a baby, and I'm still doing things here and there. But what is your outlook? How do you feel about it?
I mean, listen, I believe my outlook is very bullish. I'm very bullish. I believe that Bitcoin was designed for uncertain times, and this is what's happening right now. There's a lot of uncertain times. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of mistrust. There's a lot of turmoil, and Bitcoin was created out of turmoil, out of the 2008 bust. That's run by a guy named Michael Saylor that has over 150,000 Bitcoins in their possession.
Wow.
That's and then you have Wall Street like BlackRock filing for a Bitcoin ETF, which they never fail at an application with the federal government. They always get approved.
Right.
So now not only Wall Street is knocking on Bitcoin's door, but there is so many other companies that are filing right behind BlackRock to get a Bitcoin ETF. And now what that's going to do is that's going to bring so much validity into the space. Like we all know what BlackRock is. Like BlackRock is one of the biggest investment firms in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Trillions of dollars in management in their firm, and now they're going to open up the Bitcoin asset to their holders, to their to their clients. And now, what do you think all the other funds that are inspired by BlackRock, what are they going to do? They're going to open. This is going to open up the floodgates to the cryptocurrency space.
And I feel like they kind of was shaking out the small investors because they didn't want the price to jump to where the big investors could get in. They wanted it to make sense because they always want stuff cheap.
Of course. And here's the thing. So it's the oldest trick in the book. They're always going to put fear in the media. They're always going to put fear in people's hearts because people are faint. A lot of people are faint. A lot of people are weak. A lot of people, are not informed, and they're going to create fear. And what happens is simple: you buy the fear, you sell the greed. When there's fear in the streets, and when the bears are out, okay, when the bears are out, that means when there's fear, and when the bear season, right? It's the hibernation season. It's the consolidation season. It's the retracement season. What do you think the smart people are doing? They're building. They're eating it up. They're buying up they're buying up the block. They're buying up the city. They're buying up everything. They're buying it all up. Meanwhile, they're putting fear out there. They're putting the propaganda out there. And that's just a very simple tactic that they've done for so many years with so many things. And they got in. They're in. They've been building during this whole bear season. And now, what do you think? They're in it to make 2x, 3x, 4x? No, they're going to fucking make a killing.
Right.
They're going to take... Look what just happened with Elon Musk and Twitter. I mean, he bought it. Now he's calling it X, and he's combining... He's merging Dogecoin with Twitter.
Wow.
I mean, this man is everything...
Has he already did that, or is he planning? Because I need to go buy some more.
He's doing it right now.
God damn it! I didn't even know that. I'm buying today, as a matter of fact. Because I had some Dogecoin. I sold some earlier, but I'm going back.
So while the whole world was taking a chill and saying, Bitcoin, whatever, right now it's not the time. Well, guess what? They were building. See, when you see me quiet online, I'm fucking building.
Right.
When it's quiet. That's what they say. Bear season is for the builders.
I never heard that. That's a good slogan.
Is for the builders. This is when you build. This is when you buy up. This is when you put your you dot your T's, you dot your I's, you cross your T's, you put all your ducks in a row. You build your strategy, you build your team, you build your foundation. That's what they've been doing. Now, with this new bull run that's right around the corner, we're gonna see some exponential growth in all of cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin. Bitcoin now is a legal tender in countries. You got El Salvador that backs Bitcoin like crazy. You have so many countries that don't want to deal in the dollar anymore. You have so many countries that want to create their own digital currency. You have so many countries, governments and politicians that now are using Bitcoin as part of their political plan. Like John F. the JFK, the new presidential candidate, the Kennedy, he's talking about Bitcoin left and right. There's so many presidential candidates for the U.S. for the new U.S. President run that are supporters of Bitcoin. You got cities like Miami where the mayor is welcoming all the crypto. It's the crypto capital of the world.
And I think is it Colombia or that's taking on?
Portugal, it has no capital gains. I mean, listen, the countries want Bitcoiners to go to their country. They want crypto startups to go to their country, and they're making it very reasonable for them to come and do business and live in these countries. I mean, this is
Venezuela. I think it's Venezuela too.
No, it's not Venezuela. It's El Salvador.
El Salvador. That's what it is. El Salvador.
But there's a lot of crypto-friendly countries. For example, Portugal, Dubai, Puerto Rico, which is not a country, but it's El Salvador. What's another one? I think it's it may be Malaysia, but it's not Malaysia. It's Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many crypto-friendly countries that want these startups or want these investors, because I mean, believe it or not, these are some Bitcoiners and cryptocurrency people are some of the most forward-thinking people in the world. Why? Because we understand that there's a broken system, and we want a solution. We want change. We want to revolutionize the world.
Right.
And countries are welcoming these types of people. So everything is in favor for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Mm-hmm. See, I'm a Bitcoin maximist. I don't dibble-dabble in any other cryptocurrencies, to be quite honest with you. I truly believe in Bitcoin. I believe in the concept that less is more and simplicity is key. I believe that, Bitcoin's next bull run is going to be freaking crazy. So I'm happy with those returns. And yeah, man, I'm very bullish on cryptocurrency. I think that in the next 12 to 24 months, we're gonna notice a huge upside. And listen, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. What's gonna happen? It's gonna happen with or without us. So why not take advantage of what's going to happen?
Right.
Why not participate in it? Why not be, do it on our terms, versus when later on in the future, we're not really going to have it like that. Now is the opportunity to take advantage.
Right. Because even if the United States go to a digital currency, if we're in our currency, we'll have a better rate of exchange.
Exactly. Well, absolutely. It's in our favor right now. And look, once they do those CBDCs that they have in plan, that's also, I think that's just like, shit is always going to be shit, no matter what. Right? You could put shit in the White House, or you could put shit in the street, or you could put shit in a 5-star hotel, 7-star hotel. You could put shit's gonna be shit. Right. You could put makeup on it, you could put a wig on it, it's still gonna be fucking shit. What that's going to do is that it's gonna introduce a lot of people to the concept of digital currency, or having or bankers are gonna talk about it. There's gonna be more education around it. And then when people are in that, that's going to that's going to introduce people who are going to start doing research, and they're going to say, what is this Bitcoin thing? Because once they're in already a digital currency of fiat, then they're going to be like, oh, okay, I get it. Let me diversify, and let me put something into the digital gold, which is Bitcoin. Right. So it's like, once you introduce people into the digital space more and more, then it'll be easy. It'll get people feeling more comfortable to get into Bitcoin. So I think everything is working in our favor, and it's looking great, man. It's looking super, super, super good.
That's dope.
Bitcoin has hit a 2023 all-time high, so it's up like over 80% since the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that's true. I have been watching it on the daily and the weekly, and I see it. I feel like they've been holding it down, basically, because it's just been sitting where it's at for the last year or two.
Look, BlackRock, the CEO, the CEO, Larry Fink. Go check out his latest interviews about Bitcoin. He is bullish on Bitcoin. The CEO of BlackRock is talking extremely well and bullish on Bitcoin. That's fucking huge.
It is, and I think J.P. Morgan is Jamie Dimon is about to do something. He was the number one person against it.
Yes. Yes. Listen, there's an increase in demand all over the world. Everything is in favor. That's going to lead to a higher price over time. And now XRP was ruled by a U.S. judge to not be a security.
Right.
That's amazing because we're getting regulatory clarity that everyone has been waiting for.
Right. I sold some of my XRP. I was in it early. When they had that first bump, I took mine out and then got out. Should have bought some more.
Yeah. Well, listen. Jerome Powell, the Fed chairman.
Yeah.
He admits that crypto has staying power in the U.S. market. He just said that on camera. Beautiful thing about it, bro. Like Bitcoin has over 50% dominance of the whole market share.
Wow.
That's fucking huge, man.
Yeah, it is. It is huge, and they need a standard, a measure of standard on the financial front digitally. And Bitcoin is the new gold because nobody wants to carry gold around anymore.
All we got to do is pay attention to the data.
Right.
And just ask yourself, what are you going to do with all this data that's in front of your face?
Right. And if you don't know, get around a circle where you can learn.
Yeah, get around a circle or just watch YouTube videos or just comment or just pay attention, man. Pick up a book. There's so many Bitcoin books. There's so many people that talk about Bitcoin on Instagram and on YouTube, and there's communities and there's Telegram chats. And use your common sense, man. How much information do you follow?
Right.
How much do I really got to tell people to look at Bitcoin and participate for them to actually take action? I think ultimately it's just people need to take action. That's it. People need to take action. That's it. How people are just like reading it on the newspaper. They're reading it in magazines. They're at this point they're just spectators. They're cheerleaders, or what? Are you going to get in, or are you just going to continue sitting on this? Are you going to get in the game, or are you just going to sit on the sidelines and be a bench warmer and be a cheerleader?
Right.
Get in the fucking game. Play.
Right.
That's the only way you're going to win. That's the only way you're going to score if you win. That's it.
That's true.
People are so used to being fans. People are so used to freaking listening to Drake's lyrics a million fucking times, but not doing anything.
Yeah, that's true. Popping bottles in the club.
They fucking work a whole week, a whole month, and then they go splurge it on the weekend.
Right.
And then they stand on couches and they just say Migos and Drake lyrics like they live in this lifestyle. No, like wake up.
And buy sections.
Yeah, like wake up. Wake up. Sell or be sold, my man. Like sell.
Right. Dog, man, this is great, man. This interview was well worth the wait, man. Powerful stuff. Man, I really appreciate you doing this for me.
Here's the deal. Here's something that I want to talk about as well before we get off this. Listen, this is what I believe in, right? I'm not a financial advisor, but this is what I have done, and this is what's helped me my whole life. Number one, I generate sales.
Mm-hmm.
I generate sales. I create a brand and I generate sales. And then I participate in the number one performing asset the world has ever seen, which is Bitcoin. Here's the beautiful thing about Bitcoin. It is conservative compared to all the cryptocurrencies, and it's risky compared to traditional assets. It is right in the fucking middle. It is right in the middle. It is conservative for the cryptocurrency space. Everyone's like, what the fuck? Why are you going to do Bitcoin? When you could get into this coin over here that's going to do a fucking million X. So it's a conservative play amongst the cryptocurrency world. But in the traditional fucking world, it is risky. That is the middle ground I like to play. Okay, so I have always boom, generate sales, participate in the number one performing asset the world has ever seen. Okay, or better yet, in decade. Let's talk about in the last decade. It's the number one performing asset in the last decade. And then what you do, and what I've been doing with those gains, is that I get involved with the how would I say this? The most common thing that most wealthy people do is real estate. I was the first Bitcoin to Bitcoin real estate transaction in Miami, and that took me on a new journey. So what I do is this right here is the triangle that I do. I put this all together. I put everything that I've been learning throughout my throughout my whole career as an entrepreneur. I use common sense, and I said, okay, with social media, you could create a brand and you could generate sales. Or not only social media, like in life and entrepreneurship. I mean, you know, there's so many ways. I know people that do pressure wash, and they created a brand and they created a concept and they get to fucking work, right? I used to sell mixtapes. There's so many ways that you could generate sales, profits. Profits is better than wages. Boom, go generate sales. From those sales, you go ahead and you get into the number one performing asset of the decade, which is Bitcoin. In my opinion, this is what I've been doing. And then from there, from those gains, you get into real estate. And when you do this over and over and over and over and over, and you create a system, okay, where you're generating sales, you're buying Bitcoin at the right time, you're getting out of Bitcoin at the right time, you're getting into real estate, you're creating a cash flow, you're flipping, you're holding value, you're waiting for Bitcoin to come down again, then you get back into Bitcoin and you do this, and then Bitcoin to real estate, Bitcoin to real estate, Bitcoin to real estate, Bitcoin to real estate. When you do all that, I'm not a financial advisor, but yo, it's really worked out for me.